seems like Canelo is on a Europe tour right now. He stated that he's not interested in fighting Mexican fighters. What's your thoughts on that statement, knowing the rich history of the Mexican tradition, Barrera Morales, the classic legendary wars? So what's your thoughts on Canelo claiming that he no longer going to fight Mexicans?
If that's what he wants to do, then that's on him. That's his opinion. If that's the route he wants to go, I mean, then let him do whatever he wants to do. I feel like he's cash cow right now. He calls the shots. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the only ones that are gonna miss out good fights and action are the fans. There's a lot of good Mexican fighters that would love to fight him, but I feel like he's trying to go another route. But for me, man, I feel like that's why I'm calling everybody out right now. I feel like it's very hard to get that fight with him right now, especially since I don't have a belt. But if I beat, two or three of these top guys, man, then he's not going to have an option but to fight me, because there's going to be too much people calling for that fight. And that's why right now, I feel like I'm a young veteran, and I have 8 years professional. I've been a professional for 8 years, since I was 15 years old. I'm 24 now, and now I just want a little bit more excitement. I want to go against some bigger guys. I want to go up against some big names, and I want to get them good fights in, because at the end of the day, I'm just here to prove myself to you guys too. I want that title to being the best pound for pound. I want to be the best, and I just want to prove myself to not only to the fans but to myself that I am the best, and all the work I'm doing is for a reason. So that's why I'm calling everybody. I'm willing to fight anybody in this weight class. It does not matter to me. I would fight anybody. And at the end of the day, I feel like my style is a crowd pleasing style. I go up there, and I go, I brawl with the brawlers, man, and I can chase down the boxers too. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever style presents itself, I will always prevail against anybody. It doesn't matter.
Obviously, Canelo, he was not interested in you when you had a title. How do you feel that obviously Canelo Alvarez did fight Hispanic fighters in the past, even Mexican fighters, the likes of Chavez Jr., Lopez, Angulo? They didn't present that much threat as you do. So is that pretty much the story? Is that they don't present the threat you bring to the table?
Well, I mean, just look at the styles, man. Most of those guys, I'm stronger. I'm faster. I'm younger. I'm a true 168 pounder. So there's going to be a lot of problems that present itself. And then I feel like I'm a big threat to Canelo. But I feel like, as a boxing, not only just being a professional boxer myself, but as a fan too, I feel like if I get him in 2 years, the fight will be way bigger than it is right now. A year or 2 years. That's why I want to go through all these guys to prove myself and to earn my spot. I've never been given nothing in boxing. So if I got to earn my spot to fight Canelo, then I'm going to earn my spot. Imagine if I beat Charlo, if I beat Caleb Plant, and then I go to fight Canelo. That fight's 100 times bigger than we'll even be right now. And this fight, it's still huge if it happens now. But if that's what I got to do, if I got to prove myself, then I'm all up for it. It doesn't matter to me. Right now, I want the best of the best. And whoever I get, I'm going to beat.
You're the youngest 168 champion of all time that won the title at 20 years old. There's no secret about that. Now, obviously, Canelo is fighting for your title against Avni, who's coming off a loss and a 2-year layoff. Canelo been receiving a lot of backlash because he's on the top pound for pound, and he's fighting a guy coming off a loss when the fans wanted him to fight you for that belt, since you pretty much got stripped of the belt due to a miscalculation in weight. So what's your thoughts on Canelo versus Avni?
First of all, the thing that's going to fuck Yildirim up is that layoff. This is a big layoff, especially to go up against one of the best fighters today. So I feel like I don't think it's going to be a hard fight for Canelo. I think he knows that too. That's why he requested that fight. But, I mean, the thing about that is he's staying active. So he's going to fight that fight. So I feel like when you're active for that, like, well, probably has like 4 fights lined up already. He has a hard fight in May. So I think he just wants to get these fights going. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's going to happen in that fight. I think it's going to be a good fight on Canelo's part. I think he's going to get a KO, and then he has a fight in May. But I think he's just trying to stay more active than anything. So, and then when you stay active, you're not going to fight the toughest guys ever, especially with the first fight right there. So, with Yildirim. So, I feel like he's going to take care of business quick.
Are you surprised that he's able to order the organization to make a fight happen, like requesting Avni to be the mandatory and fight him for your title? Are you surprised he got that type of power on the organization like the WBC?
I mean, I guess when you're the cash cow, you could do whatever you want. So I mean, I'm not surprised, but I mean, it is what it is.
So who do you see at 168 as your most dangerous rival and your easiest fight?
The most difficult fight has to be Canelo. I mean, I would have to be a fucking hater just to say that, oh, he's not. Because Canelo, he's very experienced. He's very good too. But I feel like with a fighter like that, just the training camp alone will bring the best out of me. But he would be very difficult too. And I feel like the easiest fighter for me would be Caleb Plant. As soon as I finish my training camp at Big Bear and I finish my fight, I'm going to go home, take a break. Then I'm going to come right back to Big Bear. And we'll see who steps up to the table first.
How comfortable are you making 168? Can you make it for like a year or two?
Yeah, definitely, bro. I've been making 168 since I was 16 years old. Just because I missed weight one time, it shouldn't, fucking people just throw me under the bus. Now I can't make 168 no more. He's too big, this and that. I feel like this training camp, the diet is a little bit better, and I'm more focused out here. I'm being more dedicated to the diet and the water intake, all that stuff. So I feel like I shouldn't have a problem. But I'm not going to leave this weight class until I get all these fights going on. This is 168 is probably the hottest it's ever been right now. There's so much great fights to be made right here that it doesn't make sense for me to move up. But 168, I feel comfortable. But back to I'm not the only dude that fucking missed weight on the pandemic. During this pandemic, there's a lot of shit you can't get access to. Saunas, especially when you get up there. I didn't expect the bubble to be like that. You get to the bubble in Connecticut, you're fucking quarantined for 2 days. You can't do shit. So you get there Monday, Tuesday. You're finally able to leave Wednesday for 1 hour. They don't even have a sauna. They don't have shit. They don't have the bathtub that, you could want to put it up with super hot water. It's just soaking there. They don't have that. So it's a little bit harder. Now I know how the water runs over there. So I'm going to be a little bit more prepared this time. But as to, you seen the last guy, David Morrell, WBA champion, he missed weight by the same exact fucking pounds I missed weight. And what do? They changed his fight from a title fight to a 10-rounder. You know what I mean? So I'm not the only one that, unfortunately, I'm not the only one who missed weight. You know what I mean? But now since we see, I know how this shit's going down. I know how everything works over there. Now the only thing we can do is come more prepared.
Yeah, and David Morrell still have the title. This is actually a fan question, and since we're talking about the subject, I do want to throw out this fan question. David got stripped of his title for miscalculating weight. Months later, he can't get a shot at his own title. Meanwhile, Canelo failed the drug test. 6 months later, he fighting for a majority of the belts versus Gennady Golovkin. Why does David Benavidez get treated different?
I guess because I'm not the cash cow. You know what I mean? It's just like it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. There's just some stuff like I don't know what's going on, and I'm not going to try to get too deep into that. I'm not going to be fucking trying to talk shit about any organization. It is what it is at the end of the day. I'm still here. I'm still ranked. I'm willing to fight anybody to get back to where I was, and that's where I'm going to leave it at.
Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I took up the world. I took up the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.